Hi, my name is Brandon Rafael, and today I'm going to talk about clean water. So, water is important because the earth is made up of two-thirds of water, and water basically regulates the entire planet's temperature. It helps support the entire ecosystem, and it regulates our atmosphere. Something is always connected to water. So basically, the land connected to the water. And water is also so important because of survival. The Earth's surface is made up of 70% water, and as we can see in this picture down here, 75% of that water is salt water, and only a little bit percent, 1% is fresh water. And fresh water is not evenly distributed around the Earth. There are a couple categories of water. It goes from oceans to streams, rivers, lakes, estuaries, and streams come and go with rain. And when it rains, the water from the rain picks up everything on its way, and it could get polluted in that way by picking up everything like bacteria off of the ground and other stuff. Estuaries is a mixture of salt water and fresh water, and oxygen here is so low that few marine organisms can survive in this kind of atmosphere. A major problem in clean water and having that clean water is pollution. And pollution is basically, it's really bad. We could pollute water, and water pollution can kill us. Plastics from that water, like a water bottle, can get into the animal, and then from there, then we eat that animal, so we have those plastics inside of us too. And water pollution from developing countries is really bad. Orange County is found as the top beaches of 2018 on the beach report for clean water in the summertime. So back to problems with lack of access to clean water. Developing countries have 80% illnesses that are all linked to poor water and sanitation conditions. 1 out of 5 deaths, usually under the age of 5, worldwide, happen due to the water-related diseases. It could be anywhere from diarrhea to other diseases as well. Children are most vulnerable to these diseases, and tiny worms and bacteria live in water naturally, so some can become harmless and some can actually kill you, and you can't really see any of these bacteria that do live in water, so there's no way that you can avoid them. Children are most vulnerable to diseases and possibly death because of their immune systems not being fully developed at a young age. In developing countries, then this is usually worse, but it happens both in developing and developed countries. In developed countries, moms usually boil the water before they give it to their kids for them to drink, so it could be safe, so they could kill all the bacteria inside that water. But in developing countries, mothers don't have the access to all the materials, and it could be really expensive for them, so they can't afford to boil the water. And as I said, diarrhea is a water illness that can kill you, and usually kills kids that don't have that access to that clean water. There are some health effects that are attributed to water. Clean water can help our health by maintaining our body fluids, helping our skin, with food absorption, blood circulation, creation of saliva, maintain our normal body temperature. Our body is composed of 60% water, and water can help us in numerous ways within the body. And we all need water in order to survive. And with the clean water and having access to that clean water, then it makes it more easier for us to survive. When your body is low on certain body fluids, then your brain triggers the body's thirst mechanism, which triggers water, and you need water basically to help control your calories. It can help energize your muscles and make your muscles move, and they help with our kidneys, and they remove toxins from our body. Water also helps maintain normal bowel function, and it prevents constipation. And constipation happens when you don't get enough fluid. Then the colon pulls back from the stools to maintain hydration and usually results in that constipation. So water is a main factor in keeping us healthy and not causing any health problems and constipation and all sorts of things. This next picture is just a picture of just water and how the breakdown of water is, and that basically 2 million tons of agriculture and industrial waste are poured into the earth water every single day. And children are most affected by waterborne illnesses, and every 20 seconds a child dies from a waterborne illness. And 1.1 billion people have lack of access to clean water. And usually in the developing countries, then it's really bad because they don't have all the they're not as rich and developed as let's say like United States, and that's usually a main problem in that access to clean water. So the Clean Water Act of 1972 was a major role and act in the prevention of pollution entering inside water. And with the Clean Water Act of 1972, it was structured for regulation of discharge of pollutions into the water of the United soil and regulating quality standards of surface water. So the Clean Water Act prevents any discharge of any pollutant in any type of water unless you have a permit saying so. Having access to clean water really does have benefits. It prevents diseases, helps mortality rates, and in developing countries, it's hard to have access to clean water, with access being little to nothing. So they have to, women and children usually have to go around, walk miles and miles just to get clean water from neighboring cities or villages, and that usually takes kids out of school because they have to go help their family get clean water, and it's really dangerous for them to go travel from a far distance from home to go fetch water. Usually women, they usually get raped because of traveling that far distance alone to go get water. This next picture is just a map of the world, just showing the access to clean water and having that clean water for sanitation. And as we can see that United States usually has the best water access to clean water, and the developing countries usually don't. At the University of California, Riverside, researchers at that university began to do a taste test of 3 types of water: recycled wastewater, which is toilet water, tap water, and bottled water. In a blind taste test, they measured about 143 people, and they gave them each of those 3 waters, just unlabeled and everything like that. And basically the results were just crazy because they asked them to rate the samples on a scale of 1 to 5, and all 3 waters were scored equally. But one water did stand out as the least favorable, which was tap water. And the researchers think that the tap water that stood out as least favorable was because of the minerals, the rich minerals inside of the tap water. So people are so used to drinking basically bottled water and toilet water or recycled wastewater, which goes through the same process of reverse osmosis, which makes them basically taste the same. And I just thought that to be a really crazy research project that did happen. So my next slide is a question of fact or myth. People living in water-rich region uses more water by flushing the toilet than a person in a developing country has available for use for the whole day, and that is a fact, which really makes us think about how much water that we do use by just flushing a toilet compared to how much water is available in developing countries. So thank you for watching my video, and I hope that you guys learned something from my video. Thank you.